Creed 2. So Creed 2 is the sequel to Creed, obviously by the name. After the events of Creed 1, Adonis Creed is at the height of his career, but then he gets a new challenger, Victor Drago. Yes, that would be the son of Ivan Drago, the man who killed his father. So this movie is essentially the son of the man who killed Apollo Creed versus the son of Apollo Creed. It's a revenge tale in which killing would just be unsportsmanlike. And while nothing will capture the lightning in the bottle that was, oh, Creed, alright, so that's interesting that they're making a movie about the son of Apollo Creed trying to reinvigorate Rocky, alright. We'll see. Holy fuck, that movie was awesome, but we could still try. Now, Michael B. Jordan in the first Creed was great, and this movie, also great. Actually, has a couple moments in Creed 2 I felt surpassed moments in Creed 1. The dude has a lot of emotions going on in here. Maybe it's not as down to earth as the purity of Creed 1. It's basically Creed 1 and Creed 2. It's like Rocky 1 and Rocky 2. You can argue the first one's the better made film, but damn it if the second one is not a really good time at the cinema and a really solid follow-up. Full disclosure, I actually prefer Rocky 2 to Rocky 1. Don't shoot. Funny is Michael B. Jordan is a beast and he is great in this movie. I felt Sylvester Stallone was the scene stealer in Creed 1. In this one, it's Adonis Creed, Michael B. Jordan himself, who is the scene stealer in his own movie. One can argue this movie's formulaic in the sense that it does take beats from the other Rocky movies. You know, Creed 1 was essentially it's the same beats as Rocky 1, just redone. But while Creed 1 was essentially Rocky 1, Creed 2 is a couple different Rocky movies smashed into one movie. So there, they kind of keep it fresh enough, I guess. Change it up a little bit. I mean, most any movie out there is like, it's like this movie meets that movie. Like a Masters of the Universe movie would be Star Wars meets Lord of the Rings, which makes me really fucking want a He-Man movie where they don't come to Earth. This one's like, is this Rocky movie meets that Rocky movie, so it's new. And they do a couple things in here to be like, all right, we're gonna change it up and tweak it a little bit so it's not exactly the same beat from the previous Rocky movie. But it kind of reminds me of when Vanilla Ice was trying to describe the difference between Under Pressure and Ice Ice Baby. It's the same. I mean, guess technically you're right. But it's the same. But the relationship between Adonis Creed and his girlfriend, I love that. And nothing is better to show the passage of time than a pregnancy. Movies always try to show like, hey, passage of time, it's been months. It's like, it doesn't feel like months. But in this movie, you can tell it's been months because there is a pregnancy. You can see that. So I appreciate the fact that they used a pregnancy not only to show time pass, but also for Adonis Creed's character, it gave him perspective. And I really like how it showed Victor Drago and Ivan Drago's life a bit more. Granted, it might have shown more complexity if maybe Victor Drago's not the asshole his dad was. But no, he's an asshole because his dad's an asshole who's just kind of forged in that world. But I like the fact that it showed a bit of their lives. Like, what's Ivan Drago been doing? How's his life been since Rocky 4? I appreciated the fact that they showed us more of the life of the antagonist than I expected to get in this movie. Granted, he's not the sympathetic character that a genocidal maniac who snaps and wipes out half of life in the universe, no. But still, I appreciated they gave us a bit of a peek behind the curtain with it. The fights are pretty solid too. I feel like there's more footage of the fights than we actually got in this movie. Definitely could have gone for more of the fighting. That's when the time passage and the montaging starts happening. You're like, I want to see more of the fight, but every Rocky movie's always done that. You see the fade between the cards round 5, 6, 7. But the fights were solid. There's no one fight as interesting as the one-shot fight in Creed 1, but the fights were brutal nonetheless. Like in the Rocky movies, Rocky can just take slugs to the face. You're like, he's not even dropping really. One of those punches, most anyone would be down for a bit. But Adonis Creed, man, those punches, they hurt. You can tell. You can tell because Victor Drago's enormous. Like when Adonis Creed's standing next to him, he looks like the mountain from Game of Thrones. I was like, are they really the same weight class? Are they really? I feel like this match is very unfair. This movie has an epic training montage scene though. Love that montage. I don't know, I guess I'm a sucker for a really good solid training montage. This movie has one. Guys, in the end, Creed 2, it was great. This is like the solid sequel I wanted Creed 2 to be. And I will say Creed 2 is definitely worth watching, definitely worth buying on Blu-ray. In fact, after this movie, I do get the feeling it's like, I don't know where they would go for Creed 3, so I don't want a Creed 3. Creed 1 and 2, it's a solid Adonis Creed story here. But if this movie makes money, they're gonna make a Creed 3, and if this director doesn't want to do it, they're gonna find one who does. And they're gonna run it into the dirt until Adonis Creed takes on Tommy Gunn's kid or something. And it's gonna suck, so just stop here. Alright, so Creed 2, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.